We march on. We move. Ha, you see, because it's the month of March. Oh, good. 5 games in 7 days. I'll stop memeing now. Thanks. God, that's a great way to start off post-deadline. Again, this is what the team looks like right now post-trade deadline. The whole Grigorenko-Girgensons improving by playing with Patrick Kane strategy might not be working the way I wanted it to, which is a bit of a shame. Especially because Girgensons, while he is a two-way, does have a pretty damn good potential in this game. So, we'll see. We will see. We will see. We will see. Road trip. Ah, yes, the road trip to Russia. God, dude, Patrick Kane only has 30 assists. I know he's playing with Mikhail Grigorenko and Zemgus Girgensons, but where's the star power, Patrick? Where's the star power? Or are you just a product of Artemi Panarin and Alex DeBrincat? That's right. I floated that idea out there. Everyone's riding on Alex DeBrincat. Oh, he was made by Patrick Kane. Maybe it was the other way around. I don't see Patrick Kane tearing up the NHL right now. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's an argument to be had. There's an argument to be had. You're getting downvoted. Oh, the YouTube comment section's pissed. Pissed. Anger. Fury. Mad Max Fury Road in the comment section, brother. Balls of Fury, the movie about ping pong, brother. Oh, that movie sucked. That movie sucked. Shout out to Randy Daytona. God, that movie was bad. Whew. Damn it. Oh, goodness. 26 wins. I'm not going to say anything about a specific number of wins, but we do have 11 overtime losses, and that is totally going to screw us in terms of standings. Getting leg dropped by Tillman, even though he said he would stop watching half a year ago. There are quite a few people, both on YouTube and Twitch, that are like, man, you fucking suck now, that still watch. I still see people who have left those messages show up in Twitch chat, and they still leave comments on a good amount of videos. Those are my favorite people. You fucking suck. Thumbs up on the video. Thanks. Thanks, boys. Oh, goodness. Where's my overly dramatized cornhole movie? That has to have been made by somebody, right? It's probably a porn. A porn? Is the correct term a porn, or would it be a porno? Because the term a porno, I think we left that behind in the 70s, didn't we? The whole. Yeah. I mean, if there was any sport that lends itself to having a mockumentary pornographic film made about it, it's cornhole. You know? You know? I mean, especially, too, like, if you can find somebody big enough to fit through the... Anyway. Glory hole. Oh, God. Can you tell it's 2:30 in the morning? That's where this chat's gone to. Anyway, with that, the Buffalo Sabres. 29 or 30 wins. 29, 41, and 12 on the season. Can you believe it? We did not make the playoffs. It has to exist, and I refuse to look it up. Don't worry, Poet. Other people in chat have to be. We finished dead last in the league. Let's go, brother. By 3 points, we were worse than the Phoenix Coyotes. Patrick Kane, tank commander. You thought I was memeing. Patrick Kane. That's the guy you bring in if you want your team to suck. Beautiful. Let's take a look at how the boys did this season. See what we got. It's like horseshoes, but with a... That has to exist, too. There is no way that there hasn't been pornography filmed that's someone using a penis for the purpose of a ring toss game. That absolutely exists. It has to. It has to. Has to. Anyway, in terms of our forwards, Patrick Kane was our leading point getter. 55 horseshoes. Tremendous. 55 points, only 17 goals. Valtteri Verkunen, 45 points on the season. Not bad for the undrafted 25-year-old. Zemgus on 44 points. Nathan Gerby was our leading scorer with 20 goals. And it drops off a little bit from there. Mikhail Grigorenko was a massive disappointment. Am I talking real life or video game context? Yes. John Scott was 7 points. Mark Stone had 5 points in 33 games. On the defensive side of things, it was Tyler Myers leading the way. Alexei Laxo, love my Finns. He had 33 points. And it drops off quite a bit from there. Shout out to 6 points from Michael Jordan. For the goaltenders, 67 games for Makarov. Every goalie had under a 3 goals against average. Honestly, we had really good goaltending. Svedberg barely played, but he was awesome. But a 918 for Andrei Makarov as a rookie with 4 shutouts. That's not bad at all. Not at all. So despite finishing dead last, it was a season of progression. Around the league, leading scorers, 90 points, Nick Backstrom and Alexander Ovechkin. Go figure. Top 5 rounds out with Jason Spezza, Zach Parise, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Leading goal scorer, Alexander Ovechkin. Top 5, you had Phil Kessel, Michael Ryder as a 36-year-old on the Rangers, noted Anaheim Duck Daniel Sedin, and Marty Havlat. Fair enough. Defensively, for a point leader, Dustin Byfuglien and Cody Franzen, who we did not sign as a free agent, 51 points each. You also had Alex Goligoski, Kevin Shattenkirk, and Erik Karlsson in the top 5. For goaltenders, the winningest, Carey Price, number 1 goaler with 49 games played. In terms of save percentage amongst starters, a 943 for Corey Crawford. It's Steve Mason and a 940. Jesus Christ, goalies reign supreme. 9 shutouts for Ryan Miller as a Shack. That's insane. For rookie skaters, the leading point getter, 78 points. For, I imagine, a Finn, Jesse Mankinen. Mankinen? Undrafted. Holy shit. Dude, 5-star shoot. Oh my God. Was he on their roster by default? He can't skate, but holy shit, he can put up points. 49 points for Mark Scheifele. Valtteri Verkunen on 45. Morgan Riley and Lyndon Vey on 34. Wow. He was in the free agency pool year 1. So, man, they just let all the Liga players come over and dominate. Rookie goalies, there could be competition from Peter Mrazek, Andrei Makarov, Hutchinson was up there, Kevin Bailey. Fair enough. Patterson played 33 games as a 59 overall. Again, these games weren't perfect, let me tell you. These games weren't perfect. Chris, good morning to you. How are you? How's the weather? I don't know what to ask about for Austria. Just how's the weather? Nice and cold. Are you a winter person or more of a summer person? Are you happy at the moment is my question, I suppose. Still riding my motorbike until November. Fair. So, well, I mean, I could go either way then between winter person or summer person. Depending on how much snow. I mean, you know. You may not get that outdoors time. 29, 41, and 12. Dead last in the league. Scout loves the U.S. He sure does. Too hot's never nice. Okay, so we're similar people then. The outright brutally cold, don't need it. But, you know, give us the middle ground. Give us the middle ground. You know, give me some give me some sweatshirt weather. Give me about like 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 Celsius. Actually, in fairness, you'd want it to be a little bit lower than that for sweater weather. 60 degrees, probably don't need a sweatshirt. You know? Markkanen started off as a 65 overall. Jesus. So there you go. If you play NHL 14, sign all the free agent Finns you possibly can. This is the year to do a Finland to glory. Nation United Finland. We should have more snow, but there's that small thing called climate change that's ruined it. Chris, come on. What do you mean? What do you mean it snows where I live until May now and it only used to snow until March? What do you mean? Did we win the cup with Florida? I'm going to put on the hat of depression and let you make up your mind. How's the weather again? Yeah, right? Talk more about the weather. All right. The Stanley Cup. It's Washington and Chicago. And we might go back to 13 someday to try and get revenge. But, yeah. Yeah. All right, we are going to stick around with Buffalo. The Washington Capitals in 2016, 2 years earlier than they did in real life. The Capitals have won the Stanley Cup as Springfield takes on Hamilton for the Calder Cup. I'm going to guess the Springfield Falcons win the Calder Cup. Chris, the sim speed in this game is a little bit better. It's still not great, but it is better. Thank God. Thank God. Washington wins the Stanley Cup in 2016. You love to see it. Shout out to Dak and a whole bunch of X's. But shout out to Dak for the follow. Welcome in. How the heck are you? How the heck are you? All right, let's go ahead and stop this. Take a look at the awards. We know Washington cleaned up and they ended up winning the cup as well. No real surprise there. 6 games over Chicago, who made a Stanley Cup final without Patrick Kane. Just saying. Who's the Austin Matthews equivalent? I don't think there is one. Some computer-generated dude from Lithuania is my guess. Have we done the Nashville Predators? For the old school runs, no. But NHL 23, on the YouTube side of things, we did actually recently do a Nashville Predators franchise. See, the Washington Capitals, led by Ovi, Backstrom, Martin Erat, Brooks Lake, Mojo, and in goal, Braden Holtby. There you go. Playing next season, sign all 3.5-star potential guys regardless of age, play in the AHL. I mean, that's what I've been doing, Cody. What do you mean, the plan next season? That's what I've been doing. All right, let's see. The Art Ross Trophy goes to Ovi. The Hart to Nick Backstrom. The Norris to Kevin Shattenkirk. He traded Kosmachuk after a season. Yeah, because other players were in those spots. The Bing to Backstrom. The Calder to Monken, no surprise there. No surprise. Braden Holtby wins the Conn Smythe. Jonas Hiller wins the Vezina. Fair? Fair enough. Selke to Joe Thornton. Ted Lindsay to Ovi. Rocket Richard. Surprise, surprise to Ovi. In the AHL, we have, and again, I've had other players in the AHL for like 3 seasons, though. MVP of the playoffs, Curtis McElhaney, Leafs legend. The top goaltender in the regular season was Matt Hackett, who we started off with. The best defenseman, David Savard. The top rookie, Valentin Zykov. The top goal scorer, Valentin Zykov. League MVP, Jonathan Drouin. And the leading point getter, Marcus Granlund. So that is the 2015-16 season in the books. Now, negative 90 reputation. Our amateur scout is up to level 5, which will only help us. Chris, we're doing another draft. You're here in time. Don't worry. Let's see what happens. There will be some stragglers for real dudes, but I can't imagine there'll be too many. Chad Butcher is one of them. He's going to be like 20 or 21 at this point. I'm ready for, hopefully, another very solid draft. As we take a look at player retirements, we did lose Jarkko Ruutu, who we gave a nice retirement package to. Marian Hossa is gone. Danny Briere. Teemu Selanne retired in Los Angeles. You got a tour of California teams. Trading block. Honestly, I'm going to put Patrick Kane on the block. Like, he was good, but I'm not against the idea of flipping Patrick Kane off of this team. Just double checking. Draisaitl's up to a 70 now at 20 years old. That's pretty good. Gergensons, Grigorenko's still not bad. I'm going to put Patrick Kane up there. What else do we have? Storhoff, Whitney, Svedberg. I do want to hold on to McDavid, but I do want to see if there's a good offer for him. I want to know. I'm just intrigued. We did similar things with the likes of Rick Nash and Columbus. So to the draft we go. The lottery luck was not on our side. Fuck. We did have the top odds. However, our extra draft picks worked out like a treat. 2, 3, 6, 8, 9, 18, 24, and 26. Good God. So we don't get the first overall pick. That belongs to Pittsburgh. Unless I trade for it. Andrew Ferentz and Dougie Murray both got traded. Nashville is calling. I don't want Brandon Leipzig. Fuck that guy. That guy's a dick.
I'm just trying to
the Pittsburgh Penguins. Shout out to Brett for the follow. Brett, welcome in. How the heck are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Penguins are willing to trade the pick. They're not willing to trade Crosby. We don't necessarily have the value to pull this off, though. Yeah, we don't have the value to pull it off. It is what it is. Although, yes, we do. I think I got to do it. I know we signed Patrick Kane. He was our leading scorer, but I feel like that's the right thing to do. Do we trade the tank commander? It feels like we should. Let's add Tyler Fuhrer to this deal. Who else can we add to try to push it over the edge here? They pretty much have to be unsigned, I think. I don't want to give up Colby Cave, but I will give up Noah Zilbert. Probably makes the Pens unstoppable. That's a fair point. I can't use Jacobs. Kane, Fuhrer, and Zilbert for the first overall pick. They said yes. Patrick Kane is a Penguin, and the first 3 picks in the drafts belong to the Buffalo Sabres. This is fucking ridiculous. Please let there be a great player. Well, if there is, we don't know who the hell they are. So, there was a 19-year-old Russian named Vladimir Safronov, a 20-year-old center named Taylor Vickerman, who's real, 19-year-old Jean Fontaine, a 19-year-old German, Emil Walser, and in goal, 6'6" out of Quebec, Pascal Vlasic. So we're obviously taking the goalie. This is why you scout. I did! And then he did his own fucking thing. Well, we're definitely taking the goalie. There's one defender, and then we'll take one of the forwards. So screw it. First overall pick, we're taking the goalie from the Quebec Remparts, Pascal Vlasic. Second overall, we will take the German defenseman, Emil Walser. And third overall, it's one of the forwards. I'm leaning against Vickerman because he's real and he's 20. The other two are 19-year-old playmakers. It is worth noting Safronov is fucking gigantic at 6'5" as a playmaker. Dude, there's an enforcer in the top 10. 20-year-old Swedish enforcer in the top 10? Oh, we have to take him. A top 10 enforcer. When's my next pick after this? Okay, he should be there at 6, right? He should be. He should be there at 6. He should be. Vickerman, Fontaine. I'm going to take Vladimir Safronov. Please, God. Please, God. Jesus, God. Yes. Yes. Welcome in Ola Ekman, top 10 enforcer defenseman. Oh, this could be the greatest draft class of all time. There's one other dude projected in the top 10. It's this guy here, Devin McAllister. There are two other goalies, but we're going to take McAllister. So welcome in, Devin. Oh, shit, we have back-to-back picks. Well, so in the first round, Josh Urich, Jonas Sanderson, a 19-year-old out of Romania, Tyler Wong, Damian Bourne. I'm just checking first rounders. I probably will take a goalie. OFD, Marcus Uselius. Another enforcer! Ruslan Alexandrov. This is insane. I think we have to take the other enforcer. I think we have to. The memes are too strong. We have to do it. Fuck the goalie. We're going to take the 19-year-old enforcer, Ruslan Alexandrov, our second enforcer of the first round. All right, still available for projected first rounders. There is another goalie, Serge Lalonde, but he's pretty short, unfortunately. So out of these projected first rounders, it is either Marcel Dagnon or Dmitry Saprikin. We took a playmaker earlier, so let's take Dagnon as a sniper. Just because, again, younger players. And Saprikin is still there, too. We'll take him next. This could end up being an amazing draft for us. LI is league interest, basically how highly touted they are. Something else they've gotten rid of over the years. All right, so next up, first to second round, bunch of 20-year-olds. Benjamin Beaverson, my favorite Dane. Fuck. If you're not taking another Forrester, what are you even doing? I'm hoping there'll be another one. I'm hoping. CJ Garcia, Christian Ackerman, or Beaverson is probably what we're looking at. Unless there's someone in the second round that our scouts identified. Not really. Conley, Burned, Pielmeyer, Joe Hicketts, and John Quinville are still there. Hayden Fleury. That is Nikolai Ehlers. It's true. He is 20 years old. We're going to go for one of these two guys. I mean, his name is Ben Beaverson. That wins the tiebreaker. Chris, correct. And it works just like it does in modern day. Red low, yellow medium, green is high. We don't have a single second round. I would, trust me, I'd love if Nick Ehlers was as good in this game as he is in real life, but probably not. Colorado. No. And white is confirmed. Correct. So we did debate moving on from potentially McDavid and Mueller, but we're going to wait another season before we do that. I don't think there's anyone that we could really worry about. And I'm not worried about trading back into the second round. We already did our damage. So we do have the first pick of the third round, though. And again, we are pretty much at the point of all generated players. Pretty much. Remember I said pretty much. Because there are still a few older dudes left, but none of them are that great. So second to third round, in terms of projected, bunch of 19-year-old players. I'm hoping to find younger players or even another enforcer. Looks like 18-year-old players do not exist. Obviously, we would want them. There's the enforcer. 18-year-old Wade Hrishko. All right, well, we don't have to take him right now. Unless there's somebody else that we might want. Apparently I passed Mikko Rantanen. Another 18-year-old enforcer, Jimmy Cross. We're taking the enforcers, Cross and Hrishko. Let's pick up Jimmy and hope that Hrishko's still there. Ah, we missed Hrishko by a little bit. Fuck. Well, hey, we still got an enforcer out of that. Shout out to Dawson Lidl. 18-year-old power forward, Reed Park. Suddenly, this is Goon Squad. Hey, we can afford to fuck around. 18-year-old enforcer, Evan Rodney. Let's go. Let's go. Where did Rantanen end up? In Toronto. Again, we know these guys don't freaking develop, though. That's why I'm kind of avoiding them at this point. I hope to be wrong, but we're not going to trade Zemgus Girgensons right now. I don't know if it's been like this in older games as well, but in 24 the A, I like to give you decent picks if you Belichick out of the draft. They might have made it even more of a thing for 24. My hands-on time with 24 has been low. 20-year-old enforcer Randy Wagner. We won't take a 20-year-old. Let's go for Reed Park. Take another big boy. 5th round projection, 19-year-old enforcer. We do want younger players at this point. Let's take Jeffrey Witt. Guys that'll have more time to develop is what we're aiming for at this stage. We've had our fun. Hopefully we still end up with another enforcer or two. 18-year-old grinder, Bradley Pruden. I could look for goalies again, that's true. I mean, a couple of giant goalies, 18 years old, Owen McElrath. 6th round, we could look for goalies again. Which, I mean, we are pretty close. Let's go for Serge Chevrier. Maybe we take a goalie now, why not? Let's go for Aaron Holloway. He's got that height advantage. Only one pick in the 6th round. We'll see who's there. Shout out to Rocco for the follow. Old AD Rocco. Add Rocco? Who's to say? Welcome in, though. But yeah, we got some big boys in Buffalo. Some big boys in Buffalo. Let's take Ed Geet. Actually, this guy has high league interest. Let's take Paul Langfield instead. Another big boy. It's amazing just how many high-rated enforcers there were in this year's draft, though. It makes no sense, but I love it. And a couple of 7th round picks. We'll take the Hungarian defenseman Brian Exelby. Actually, this guy has high league interest. Let's go for this guy, Radek Kaspar. I mean, he's 19, but we can base it off of league interest. There's actually still quite a few that have high league interest. Go figure. We'll take Sergei Artukin. And then our final pick of this draft. How many high league interests exist? All right, not that many. 18-year-old Polish defender Stan Wiggle. 18-year-old Swedish grinder Marcus Enroth. Let's take Wiggle because his name is Wiggle. Why not? An outrageous draft. The pick hoarding works out in spades in terms of what it allowed us to do. Now the question is, are the draft picks actually good? And we're going to find out. So in goal, Makarov, Poulin, Svedberg, Pascali, 4.5-star Pascal Vlasic, the first overall pick. I am a bit concerned, though. He's only a 54 at 19 years old. Holloway ended up being 2-star. He will have at least great trade value. I just don't know if he's going to develop. He played in the queue, so I can't immediately sign him. I'll be intrigued to see how much he develops in the queue this season. Obviously, we're going to keep Makarov. I don't know what to do for a backup goalie, because Poulin, Svedberg, Pascali, they're all solid. I'm tempted to let go of this trio just to find younger guys who might still be able to develop, because these guys are all like backup caliber now. I feel like we can let them graduate on to hopefully finding contracts with other teams. But the thing is, we know that Makarov is our guy. And in the AHL, we're still trying to train up Brandon Whitney to be half decent. So we'll see what happens there. Defensively, Braden McNabb, Alexei Laxo, the German defenseman Emil Walser, 79 overall at 19 years old, 4.5 gold. We struck gold with the German. Second overall pick, excuse me. Wow. He is immediately going to the NHL. That is a tremendous, tremendous pick. Mo Seider got here early, right? Holy hell. Let's start from the bottom here. So the enforcer, Ola Ekman, is 4 stars, but is only a 51 overall at 20 years old. 6th overall pick, he's only a 51. Oh, that sucks. His fighting skill is only a 75. Oh, he's so bad. He's so bad. You got Dyson Mayo, another enforcer in Alexandrov, who's a 53 at 19. Gaspar, Carrier, Rodney. We are going to drop my boy Grant Weberman. Hate to say it. Ola was a trap card. Yeah. Good potential, good trade value, but the odds they ever make it are so, so slim. Devin McAllister, though. 4 stars, 71 overall at 19 years old. That's pretty damn good. So quite a few of the young guys did actually pan out. We do have to make a choice here about the likes of McNabb and Laxo, who are solid defensemen. I think we keep them. We'll qualify both at least. Ooh, Laxo's qualifying offer is fucking expensive. We'll just try to pay him. We're going to sign Walser pretty much immediately. That is someone that we're rushing to the NHL level for sure. Cody Golubev, Robert Portuzzo, those are guys that we can drop for now. Yeah, honestly, Tyler Kuma, can drop him too. Cameron Gounts. They're all decent players that could be brought back, but for the moment, let's clear out space. Even old Michael Jordan, Alex Urbaum. Let's clear out some space. We are going to keep Dylan McElrath. Tony Ludman can go. Dude, we have some big freaking defenders. Jerome Gauthier-Leduc, I don't really feel like is improving all that well. We're going to let go of him too. McAllister, I don't remember where he played, but I am going to sign him and see if we can put him in the AHL as well, since he's an American. Worst case, these guys end up on the exempt list. Mueller, Beestrom. Scott sucks. Let's sign Alexandrov. Get him a spot in the AHL. Dyson Mayo would still be in junior, but we're going to sign Ola Ekman as well and see if we can get him to develop. We'll try it. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, trade bait. On the right wing, Corey Tropp's deal is up. We'll say goodbye to him. Yikes. Our right wing side's pretty barren right now. Left wing side, Drayson Bowman, Nathan Gerby. We're going to let go of both of them for now, too. See if they can get jobs elsewhere. Ty McGinn, we're going to let go of you, too. Ivan Barbashev. Let's sign Mr. Barbashev. The sniper, Marcel Dagneau, he was going to be in junior still. Brad Ross is not very good. We'll sign Draisaitl. Try for the best to develop him. We're keeping John Scott for obvious reasons. Let's just try to sign John long term. Vladimir Safronov should be able to go straight to the AHL. As should Dmitry Saprikin. Boris Blank was just a part of a trade. 3 stars for Ben Beaverson. He's only a 58. We'll sign him for the moment, too. Try to force the development of some of these guys, I suppose. And then it's center, Alex Killorn. Not bad, but I'm going to let him walk, too. I want to see who's out there. Grigorenko is definitely staying. Johan Larsson is staying. Carson McMillan can go. Jordan Schrader can go. And Tyson Bailey needs his ELC. 74 overall, 20 years old. He looks great. Paul Byron, we love you, but we'll let you go. Calle Yarncroke, let him go for now. We'll sign Jace Howerluck. Red star, but good overall to good age. Colin Jacobs can go. McDavid, obviously, is junior eligible, so we can't sign him yet. We are going to sign Colby Cave. Even though Colby Cave's not going to develop, it's Colby Cave. And then Jimmy Cross absolutely sucks. So some of those guys panned out pretty damn well. Some of them didn't, particularly the enforcers, although who knows, if we can force development, we might be okay. But now is the time where we can start being a little bit more selective about who we sign in free agency, who stays, that type of thing, and really have those kind of select few to build up, as pretty much everybody has signed that we wanted to see signed. And then for RFAs, we have Braden McNabb, who I am willing to hold on to. We have Johan Larsson. Just try to sign him long-term. And Mikhail Grigorenko. We should also be able to sign long-term for pretty cheap to hopefully be able to get him to develop. So what I'll do off-stream is I will end up going through the free agent list, signing the cap whale contracts and stuff like that. We're not done quite yet, but I'll end up doing that. And in that way, too, I can also make a depth chart about, okay, who are we prioritizing right now to be a focused on player for both NHL and AHL. And then can obviously fill out the roster from there, because right now I know you can't see it, but players on the contract 28, average age is just under 22. So, yeah, Tampa did not sign that really, really good Finn, which is interesting. So let's see who's out there. In terms of RFAs, okay, Makinen is an RFA. There's no way we're going after him. Philip Dano. Again, I don't like going after RFAs in this game. They're just too damn expensive. So if we look at UFA goalies to start, Anders Lindback, Dustin Tokarski, Nico Hovinen, Ray Emery, Martin Jones, but nobody we want to go after. We have our guy in net right now. And in terms of prospects, pretty much nobody, except for Sebastian. I believe it's Auger. Let me know if I'm wrong. We can sign this guy. Red Star potential, but no reason to not sign him at least. Defensively, Kevin Bieksa. Wow, Justin Falk develops. So does Keith Ali. Fabulous, he. But at 27... Okay, Justin Falk wants no money. Ollie wants to be paid. Justin Falk, for some reason, is willing to take a two-way contract at an 84 overall. So I don't know what's going on with that, but we're going to try to sign Justin Falk. In terms of potential, it's Gauthier Leduc again. Rubio ended up becoming an 80 overall. Fair enough. It's amazing who develops and who doesn't. By that logic, Gauthier Leduc should develop, but I don't really think that we need him. Philip Larson. Yurki Paka. Definitely some names, but nobody too crazy. What do we got on the right wing? Teddy Purcell, Matt Halischuk, Troy Brower. Let's see, potentials, Paul Mary. Ben Hanowski. Yeah, nobody where it's like, okay, they're must sign. Okay, I knew how the game worked. It's called, I don't want to play it the same way every time, though. I want to have some fun. That's the most important thing. Doing the smart thing every time and the easiest thing isn't always the funnest. The best word, funnest. All right, so in terms of prospects, not the best options. It's like Patrick Berglund. I don't think we're going to do too much in free agency, really. Kelly Arncroak, we could bring back Luke Adam. Anders Lee ended up at a 78. Jesus Christ. How he developed is shocking, but there might be a couple of dudes that we send offers to here and there, but we have $46 million in cap space. I am going to go through the team, like I said, kind of make that organizational depth chart, see who's going to play where. I do still actually have to sign Andre Makarov. I didn't realize. Ooh, the more years, the more money. Here, Berglund's a big fan of playing in Buffalo. So I've heard. We might not even need a backup goalie, really. Brandon Whitney might be good enough. It's an interesting team at this stage, I think is the best way to put it. But yeah, landing Emil Walser second overall. Even if the goalie and the enforcer surrounding him aren't exactly amazing, that is still a pretty damn good player.